talk winners and losers with our financial expert, Rob Black, this morning. Rob, I'm happy to say we got a few winners here today, including the stock market, huh?
Don't get used to it.
Okay.
I'll also do some losers in the future. But yeah, I think the market's acting really, really normal. It's, excuse me, it's composed. And this is during a war, so that's a positive sign. Even if we're not up today, it's still composed. Oil's up 3.4% today to $86.30. That's high. And if it stays there, it's going to become a problem for world economies, not so much for the U.S. economy. The U.S. economy gets in trouble right around $120 a barrel. The IEA released 400 million barrels. It's the largest strategic release ever of oil to help the market stay supplied. And I would say right now, as oil goes, so goes the market. So I think we're in for some bumps until things clear up a little bit more.
Well, for today, I'm taking that win there. The next thing I want to talk about is Bridgerton. 29.7 million views. I'm one of them. Me and my mom binge watched it last week, so it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's kind of a sexy show, and it's a big win for Netflix. And to give you an idea that you may not even know you're being marketed to, but you are big time. I call them the belle of the ball, if you will. Bridgerton season 4 is wrapping up. They've pulled in over 29.7 million viewers. Compared that to network TV. Network TV might pull in 1.5 million on a popular show. But they've done so many collabs. That's the crazy part. 52 collaborations this season. So that includes partners including apparel, beauty, food, beverage. There's, for instance, a Polly Pocket compact. So there's a fragrance from Coty that's inspired by the show. So 29.7 million people watching it, and they're now going out and buying the products. That helps Netflix, and it helps Shonda Rhimes, who produces the show.
I would love to live in Shonda Land, but it is true. I've started to see just over the last season specifically too, really started with a little bit more Bridgerton merchandise that you would see in stores. And like you say, I saw the Polly Pocket just the other day. I was like, wow, they are really coming together with those collabs. YouTube, big winner.
Yes. Yeah, it's they're bigger. They're a behemoth now. So they're expanding into the podosphere. So I do a popular national podcast, for instance. It's on YouTube. Their ad business at YouTube is as big as Netflix. So they're pulling in revenue of about $62.3 billion a year now for the advertising, plus the subscriptions tied towards YouTube. For instance, I pay for it so I don't get the ads. Saves me a little bit of time when I'm watching something while I'm cooking dinner. So Disney pulls in about $62.2 billion, so about $2 billion behind YouTube. Netflix pulls in $45.2 billion. Warner Brothers pulls in $37.3 billion. So YouTube, though, they get the content largely for free, but they split it 55% with the curators of that content, the streamers, if you will, who are getting all the people following their channels and the subscribers. So it's interesting to note, it's probably one of the best acquisitions ever. When Alphabet/Google bought YouTube for a couple $2 billion. So YouTube has paid out $100 billion to their influencers over the last 4 years. So they don't keep all the revenue, but it's just huge.
It's crazy because I remember YouTube when it was just Charlie Bit My Finger. That was,
That's right.
Now look at it. Finally here, want to talk about Lego because you're talking YouTube is so big. Lego, huge in the toy industry.
Yeah, around when I was a kid, around when my parents were kids, it's just not going away. Up 16.4% in revenue last year, outpacing the toy industry by about 9 percentage points. They've got Formula One Lego sets this year. They've got flower arrangements. So if you live in an apartment and you don't want to pay for real flowers, you get a flower arrangement and you put them together and you got that plastic forever. They latch on to popular franchises. They've got 860 current sets. 400 of them were put out on the market last year. So they're constantly refreshing their sets. And they're just really good at trend spotting. Like Formula One, I would never have thought that would be a Lego set, but it is.
Maybe they'll have a Bridgerton Lego set soon. Talk about collaborations.
That's right. It's coming.
I bet. Rob Black, thank you so much for being here. All his information there. He was mentioning his YouTube podcast. Check that out as well.